What do you think needs to be done to defuse this situation?
How do you know? You hear both sides.
When you haggle over the cost of goods in the market, neither haggler is fully to be believed. Is this we know, and yet there is a true and fair worth to the goods, and when the haggling is done, it is hopefully found. But how do you know that truth? You hear both sides. Why do you not go among my people and among the Chaisir and hear our sides of the story? The two camps are close, and when you are done, maybe you can judge the truth for yourself. I haven't even heard one side of the story yet. All right, very well. Hello there. I was wondering if you could tell me what exactly happened.
My home is lost, and this is no home.
Why have we fled so far from our homes in Hrun? Have you not heard the great devastation that's happened there? Some say it was a blazing fire that rose up out of the earth, consuming all. Others a darkness coming down from the sky, a thousand night of black red-eyed crows. I did not see it with my own eyes, I confess. They say none who did escaped with their lives. But when peoples, not just the Doranian, but beyond, came fleeing in droves past our homes, we fled too. Had you seen the terror in their eyes, you would have done the same. Ah, distant disaster. I suspect someone to the far west had some terrible dealings with the Dark Lord, and when the Dark Lord fell, some great disaster happened there. Hello there. I was wondering if you could tell me what happened in Dorwinion.
There is ruin, ruin in the east.
Have you heard the tales of the war in Mordor? Yeah, I was involved in it. Well, let me tell you, for I have heard all about it. The armies of Gondor blew their horns, and the gates crumbled before the blast. Then the Red King vied in battle, one-on-one, with the White Sage. At their blows the earth trembled. When the Red King struck, the sky darkened. When the White Sage landed a blow, the mountain burst into flame. Though he took a grievous wound, the White Sage prevailed and claimed the Red King's crown. All the orcs of Mordor perished on the spot, and 1,000 birds descended from the skies to pick at their bones. That is what I heard, and I swear that is true. It took only a week for that story to turn into a complete mythological legend. That sounds like something to be told in 100 years. Ah, hello there. I was wondering if you could tell me what happened back east.
Woe is me.
Many carts full of goods have I known from Dale, though until we fled I lived all my life in far Dorwinion. Many a merchant of Dale have I known, fair of speech and manner, come down the long roads to trade with us. So tell me now, if you can, how they have forgotten us now that we are at their doors. How have they forgotten their fair speech and the hospitality with which we treated them? Tell me, when they rise in the morning, how they look their children in the eyes. Yeah. Well, there is that. And that's the problem with warfare. I was wondering if you could tell me about things to the east and what happened here.
How far we have come, and for what?
Some among us complain of their lot, but is that not always so? So we do not lay about in a place upon cushions of silk. Many leagues we have walked, dogged by hunger, harried by sickness, robbed and beaten, and always the terror of what devastation lay behind us, never knowing whether it followed us and how fast. Here we have found food and rest for our weary feet. We have come far. Surely we can overcome the obstacles before us. Well, at least we have somebody who's upbeat here. But the question is, what are they saying in the other camp? The camp for the other people who are, they say they're wanderers or something like that. But the question is, why do they wander and in what way they wander? Even the rangers are wanderers, or were until recently. So let's head over and find out. That looks like a goat. Ah, here's the Cheasir camp. Hello there. I was going about trying to find out what has brought your people here and finding out what's happening with the tensions to see if there's some way to relieve them and to help improve things around here.
Yes, stranger.
We Cheasir dwelt in this valley once, many lives of women and men ago. So it is sung by our Sagamech, our song mother, of how before we wandered we settled around the long lake. How long have these Dale folk lived here? If they continue to prove unworthy of this fair and bounteous land, perhaps it is they who should wander, and the Cheasir should take it back. Oh boy, this is going to be a real fun one. I can tell that already. Why did they start wandering, I wonder? Hello there. Could you tell me the story about what's happening here?
Yes, stranger.
We are Cheasir, and so we wander. But never so long, so ceaselessly and wearily have we wandered. I have seen such wonders as I have never imagined. From the ruin we fled and come over high mountains. We were very near the tops when they shook mightily. We fell to our feet, all of us, and watched amazed as the snows flowed cascading like thundering rivers down upon the foothills below. Then we came to the sea, the waters roiling and the sands lined with the great wreckage of ships. There was fire among them, and whether they came from strife among men, or great storms, or some other cause, I cannot say. We did not tarry. We went on. Over green lowlands we traveled, and then up into high dry lands, swept cold by the wind. There the earth had been opened up as if from a wound, and we could not see into the depths. Armies we saw, gleaming and orderly, and if going off to war. Then we saw other soldiers, wounded and dirtied, wandering as if lost. Sometimes they robbed us or beat us. Other times they went on by. At long last we have come here. Our Sagamech says that this is a homecoming and that we will stay here, at least for now. And so we rest and mourn all we have lost, and think and wonder over all that we have seen. How much time does that cover, I wonder? How much time does that cover? Hello there. Could you tell me the story of your people and why you are here?
Tell me no lies, and none shall you hear.
There is a name whispered in fear among our tents. Atharik. Have you heard this name? He and his men come among us, chest puffed out. They shove those who have not offended. They take what is not theirs. They accuse us of things we never imagined. And suppose we struck back? We are not so helpless against a handful of men, armed though they be. If we struck back, would the men of Dale believe we did so in defense? No, no, that is not the way. Aha. Yeah, I can beginning to see. So I thought it came here as a right. He wasn't a very diplomatic man, I see, and he offended everyone. Someone struck at him. That seems to be what I'm gathering so far.
Tell me no lies, and none shall you hear.
When first we arrived in this vale, some number of us ventured down to the river's edge, so we might wash the mud from our cloaks and fill our water gourds. There, kneeling by the cool waters, did we look up and behold the high tower of Dale, its walls and bridges and houses huddled like a herd of sheep. But no gates or doors could we see from our place on the river, as if Dale had turned its back. Little did I dream that day how true this thought might be. Well then, let's sift through all this. I have spoken with your people and of the wandering folk.
Every night we hear the howling of wolves.
You have spoken with some of the people of the camps. Good. But before you judge the truth, I would ask you to witness the dangers we face out here. Every night we hear the howling of wolves, and betimes they grow bold and attack. We fend them off with fire and bow as we may, but always we see the form of a great grizzled pack leader beyond our reach. Tungvaka, we have begun calling him. Defeat him, and the wolves will surely lose their boldness and keep away from our tents. I think you'll find Tungvaka among his pack, down by the ravine east of here, among the trees. Well, am I really surprised that this was going to turn into a quest of, oh, could you deal with these monsters that are bothering us type quest? Typical! At least it'll give me time to deliberate while I look for these wolves. Aha! Found one right there. Now, as for what's going on, let's see. We had a prince, a young prince, one smaller than a hobbit, so he must be pretty young for these people, since the adults tend to all be much larger than I am. Is then if we have this prince going about sending probably someone not used to diplomacy to handle a situation out here, not knowing what he's doing, and based on his mother's and the king's reaction, probably someone that they would not have sent for the task. Handles situation poorly, angers people here. They either strike out in anger or in defense. I'm not sure. I suspect they believe it was in defense, because proving the exact situation there may be a little bit tough. But at least in their eyes, they were attacked. They defended themselves. And now we are left with a prickly situation. How are we going to handle this? We'll have to be very careful in this. But maybe this will at least make the situation a little bit less desperate for a few days, to give some time to cool things off. Now I think of it, I believe that dwarf we spoke to earlier also wanted us to Clear out some of the local wildlife that was giving them trouble up around here. So I think that deals with two wolves with one spear, so to speak. Now, where is this pack leader? There are a great number of wolves in this area. But where can the pack leader be? Actually, this ruin might be the perfect place for a pack leader. Let's see, where we got any place around here where we could have a nice big den for the head of the pack? Not yet, but a few more wolves to take care of. Hold on there. I think I found. Other wolves are in the area. Well, that could make things a little bit tricky. I'll see what I can do about that. And got him. Yeah. Yep, pack leader, all right. I'll deal with you in a moment. Yeah. Hey, stop calling for friends. Oh boy, these guys are rough. Really rough. We have to take... And you are... Let me take care of you in a moment. Had enough? Of course not. That's what you get for interrupting. Now, as for you, I was asked to take care of you. Now, you need a new leader now, alright? Go away. Wolves. Now I'll speak with these Easterlings again. Maybe this will lighten their troubles a little bit. I have dealt with that wolf leader and a few of its packmates.
You have done a great good. But Komusi, what has happened?
Tungvaka is defeated? You have done a good thing. But here is Komusi. Your face tells me the tidings are not happy. What happened? What happened? That we'll have to find out in the next episode of Pineleaf in the North Kingdoms.